Nomad, the traditional meaning of the word being a person who does not stay long in the same place, a wanderer. The concept of what a nomad and nomadic lifestyle is in today's society has changed radically in recent years. People are no longer content with being held by the values of another. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." We live here, on the tropical island of Bali, and thought it'd be great to hear the stories of some of the island's nomads, and how they've wandered the world to then land here for the time being, the challenges and benefits of this way of life, and what advice they give to you.
Hello, I'm Viola, I'm 30 and I'm from Germany. I came to Bali about 2 years ago, and I came because it seemed like the digital nomad dream come true, the hipster life, surfing, yoga, CrossFit, and the good life in the tropics. And what I realized, it's actually not that easy to set up a location independent job, and it took me quite a while and a few failed businesses and business ideas to figure out how to make it work with being location independent and running my own business. Yes, I would say I was always feeling confident in my ability to come here. However, it has been a roller coaster ride, and there's been moments where it's like, oh God, I'm not going to have a salary, I'm not going to have any money in 2 months. And it has always been an up and down. And the reason why I stayed is because Canggu is a really small town, and it's a super comfortable and good life. You have really good healthy restaurants, you have really good sports offers, and you have a really good entrepreneur community. So for building my business and getting that off the ground and really focusing on having the business, but at the same time being healthy, that has been a perfect mix. It's kind of like a small town village charm with everything you would want of a big city in terms of lifestyle. Last year, I have not balanced my work and life at all. I was just working. And then when looking back at 2017, last December, I really realized the unbalance. I pretty much started my business 1.5 years ago from zero, and now we're a team of 10 and we have international clients. So in that regard, 2017 was an amazing year, but I definitely didn't have much private life. So this year, 2018, my theme is playfulness, and I'm doing everything I can to travel Asia and see new places. And probably in the last 5 months, I saw more of Bali and more of Asia than in the 1.5 years before. My typical day in Bali is I get up probably around 7ish when the sun comes up, and I go down to my local coffee shop, spend some time to have some coffee or smoothie and journal a bit, or check my emails or look at my Instagram or something like that. And then I start working probably around 9 or 10 o'clock. And I run a digital marketing agency, so then I either have calls with clients or I'm doing the work, digging through software tools, digging through Excel probably until 4, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. What inspires me the most is for sure is the community here, and seeing what other people are doing and what they're achieving, and then step by step seeing that I can do similar stuff. If I can see friends and they're having an idea and they're starting to pursue that and make that happen, that's really what gets me going. So last weekend I was talking with some friends and I'm like, oh, I want to make some extra cash. And then a girlfriend of mine just said like, just do a workshop for $200 and sell it to 10 people, and then you have 2K and it's going to be good. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, that's amazing. So this idea of just you can do it, and people offering you solutions on how you can make it happen, that's what's driving me forward. And people are having ideas and trust in myself that I probably wouldn't have in myself. And so those ideas in this community keeps me going. My favorite collaboration in the last 2 years for sure is my business partner, Bree. I met him in a co-working space in Bali, and we just randomly crossed paths like you do with a lot of people. And we're working together now for 1.5 years, and he definitely has been the biggest inspiration. He's 100% different than I am, and the way he approaches business and dreams big, and how he gets people involved and inspires people and pushes them to work with us and create something I've never seen before, and that I find truly inspirational. The digital nomad community that I am in, I wouldn't necessarily call young generation. Like most people do that as their second, third, fourth jobs. Like they're more between probably 25 to 35. And they started the corporate career, maybe did that for like 5 years or so, and then started becoming a digital nomad. And then I see a trend in the community that after 3 or 4 years of intensive traveling, a lot of people like to settle down and have an expat life or rent a house again. I'm not sure if this way of life is a new normal, but it's definitely a trend that keeps on increasing. And everyone who has kind of like a service-based job or a knowledge-based job definitely can leverage the opportunities that the internet has. And then we also cannot forget, like, flying has never been that cheap before and all this stuff. So more and more people are traveling and moving. My dad came to Bali in the 70s and there was no one here, and it was a super big deal. And now just buy a flight and you're here one day later, right? So I do think people are gonna move more, and especially people who don't have manual labor as a job gonna leverage that more. But I suppose it's a new old freedom, and it's a paradigm shift in asking, do our jobs really have to look like that? Do our homes really have to look like that? Do our lives and sport really have to look like that? Do our relationships really have to look like that? And it's about exploring those edges and seeing where we can transform the paradigms of our society and where we can create something new and where we can make new decisions that feel good for our life. Because ultimately, I think the nomads, and that comes back to your previous questions about privilege, I think we're on the top of Maslow's pyramid, and we're on the top and we're looking for self-fulfillment and what's our role in the world and how can we make a change in the world. And I think in that sense, it's a good and new frontier that we're trying to push and trying to create a new lifestyle that is somewhere where the hippies have been in the 60s, 70s, combined with technology and creating this neo-natural technology enhanced new lifestyle where we're free.